the growing awareness of sustainable design, do you think that people have not really understood the meaning of sustainability and just everybody is running the rat race of saying, just putting a plant is sustainable? So what really is this word for you, and what is the real application of this word? When I talk about pandemic coming in, everybody suddenly becomes so in talks about sustainability and going green. So what really is this word, and what is the real application of this? Let's say if you can share with us, all of you. We'll start with Ms. Padri Sitar.
Thank you. That's a very relevant question for me, at least.
Yeah.
Um, when we really sit to design, when we receive a project, wherever it may be, the first thing we try to do is we try to look for local materials available, local labor as much as possible, because we truly believe in using natural materials. Also, we try to incorporate the oxygen generating plants so the indoor air quality is maintained, because outdoor mein to hai hi sab. The good things about natural materials is most of the times they are quite timeless. And with biophilic features, our core philosophy being biophilia, which we have been doing since long, natural materials like stone, wood, metal, and even the earth, the sky, natural air, all these things, water, all these materials are from Mother Earth. They are in our DNA. It is our inherent quality to connect to it. We want to do it. For example, if you ask anybody, where do you want to go for a holiday? They will say nature, water, beach, mountains, peace. You will see so many of our resorts now. You have a lot of interiors which are very, nature centric, connected to nature. They use a lot of natural materials. If you ask a little child that draw, ekdam memories, they'll draw a
Yeah.
hut, they'll draw the sun, they'll draw a mountain and some water, and a human
Yeah.
figure next to it. So this is what we keep talking about. So we can bring all these natural materials in our design also. If we can't, have a house next to a lake, then why not bring those natural materials within our architecture or interior or landscape? And it can be what, and we can have a stone tabletop, a wooden top, anything. In fact, we have realized the efficiency also increased. We have done this in our own office. We previously we had an office where, of course, we had only designed it, and it was very well designed and well done, and everybody was happy कि अच्छी office है ये वो. And then over a period of time we realized कुछ तो है. So when we redesigned our new office, we realized that there we had sunlight constraints. So here we got in more sunlight, more ventilation, fresh air, a lot of oxygen generating plants, and we realized almost 20% efficiency of the kids increased. They got, matlab jaldi, we get tired, by the time it's 4 5 normally, but we realize we aren't getting tired. We're not realizing it because of the sunlight and I think the oxygen. And there have been experiments also with school children where they had a batch of children using the wooden table and a batch of children using cosmetic layered table, and they realized that there was an evident difference in both.
Hmm.
Always, I think the because we are so humans, it's in their DNA, as I was telling you, natural materials, natural light, natural connect always makes a difference on our psychology. And as I told you earlier also, these kind of buildings have a great impact on us. And India, as their sustainability question, I would like to answer that. I think India is one of the most sustainable countries.
Yeah.
We re-eat our food in different ways. हम कुछ और बना लेते हैं यदि चावल बचे हैं तो. We reuse the materials that we wear or we use. हमारे कपड़े उसको पोछा बना लेते हैं. So many things we do, yeah. And we keep talking about sustainability, and sustainability essentially means to conserve the energy, to conserve our resources, to reduce the pollution. But the most important thing which I see, जो मेरे साथ panelist हैं, उनके projects मैंने देख के, and which I truly believe in is the connect to nature. We simply forget that. That is the most essential. In our modern built environment, what we are looking at now after sustainability is the connect to nature. And Biophilic design really helps us to create these good habitats in the urban built environment that we are living in, big cities. है ना? And I feel this is so important for humans, the connect to nature.
Right, right. I totally agree with you. There has to be this connect with nature, which people forget time and again. What do you have to say, Rohit? What is really sustainability for you? Because I think it's the much abused word by everybody.
It is to a great extent, but I also think um, this constant discussion we've had about it over time, not and in
Yeah.
particular the last year or year and a half, has in many ways percolated down to the client or the potential client. Many of them do come asking, saying we want to go green, not knowing what exactly it means.
Yeah.
Many of them, I mean, the word solar is used freely without proper understanding of what its installation versus its benefits and so on and so forth are. But I think for us, the design fraternity, it's crucially important to stick to the basics, to demystify, like was said, this whole domain of design. I think the human psychology can be perceived to be as complicated or as simple as we make it to be. And at the end of the day, it comes down to these five senses. And I think what technology and whether you call it artificial intelligence or whether you call it what's really happening to the world is that they're messing with the sixth sense, so to speak. That amount of intuition, that amount of and that's something a little dangerous. I feel the single device that has changed the world forever is the mobile phone. It has changed personal, professional relationships as well as the way it's so there is so much information out there which is so easily accessible, and we feel sometimes like the doctors feel, the doctors give you a prescription and then the patient comes back with some Google thing saying, listen, if I take this, the side effects are I'll die. So if you go to anything on the net and you look at it, the end result will be a series of reactions and deaths. So I feel we have to go down to, brass tacks, and we need to just stick to the fundamentals of the basics, and we'll be all fine. And
Right.
sustainability as well will find its spot in the middle of that.
Right, right. I think that's an interesting real take on it. What do you have to say, Mr. Dara? Like, what is sustainability really for you, and what it really means?
I think most of the thing what Badri said and Rohit said, it's I agree to them because sustainability now become the fancy word. But if for any sensible designer, sustainability always is a priority, and that is nowhere you can depart from your routine practice if we sustainability or the that kind of nature you are carrying. So there is no effort to make design sustainable. First of all, the design itself should be sustainable, which respect to the climate, and that
Hmm.
design becomes sustainable. If you respect to climate, of course, automatically the design become sustainable, irrespective of whatever rating you are getting from the particular authority. So it doesn't require to be go with a lot of certification and everything, but the design itself should be sustainable. That is very, very important. Second is whenever you take any project as your own project, where because we if we can do project for ourselves, we always become sustainable because we have to run afterwards. We have to the recurring cost and everything, which is very, very important. So when we take up any new project as if it is our own project, the design it become automatically sustainable because you have to think about it. You know. So I believe that there is a lot of discussion. It is the self-awareness of a designer, client, and everyone that we have to make projects sustainable. That's very simple. So the word which we are now uttering, Sahaj is effortless.
Right,
So
right.
that is simple living or living with the nature. Now, one can say how. I was going through certain questions at the
Yeah.
side, and there is, there is a size constraint and everything. There are a lot of things.
Hmm.
And when we are talking about the luxurious bungalow, when we are talking about the courtyard house, it's a luxury because it's a space luxury. It's
Yeah.
not, the materialistic luxury, but it's a space luxury.
Hmm.
But any simple house, because recently I happened to go to one of our servants' house, because in this I mean cyclone, his house got damaged. So I used to happen go there, and they were living with the brick, brick, unattended brick, and very very raw. It was very gloomy. The house was very gloomy. So I said, simple यार, एक चूना लगा दो ना. Simple है. You apply tuna, so the next moment your house become full of light, your house become full of energy. What else you want? It's a simple solutions. So the thing is, sustainable thing is a thought. It's not effort. It's a thought where anyone can do anything. I mean,
Right.
things are very very simple.
Right. I think we've complicated the environments ourselves, and it is a very simple thought of how, little things can make up for a good green living.
See, many an area where designer ourselves or architects and designer are using a huge level of glasses just to
Hmm.
make things transparent and everything. I'm not against of glass if it has been used in the right characteristic. There's no doubt about it, with the right thing or right shades and everything. But nowadays it's a competition, and it's a brochure kind of design where people have to sell the design, sell the properties and everything. And then when you put huge glasses in certain directions and then apply 5-star rating air conditioned units, is it a great thing? Or you apply solar panel or you apply everything and then you rate your building as a green building.
Hmm.
But first of all, why to put glass in certain direction where it is not needed? Because in India, light is ample.
Yeah.
Even the smaller window and smaller glass and smaller opening also works a lot. And what happened that when we put as a designer as a glass that particular characteristic which has been written, but at the end of the day, whether developer is actually adopting the similar characteristic of glass or not, that's very important. So such kind of rated green buildings sometimes are dangerous. I'm not saying always, but sometimes. So I think sustainable should be the practice. It should be the nature.
Right. Right. And I
Just
think
one
there
line.
are very ways to do it. Yeah. Please add to it.
Deepen sir, what I've seen you, I think, and what I've seen your projects and what you just said, I think there can be just one line to it. Sustainability has to be lifestyle. It's
Yeah.
common sense.